Welcome to the Working Mumma podcast, a show that provides real-world tips, tricks, and advice to all working mamas on how they can have a career, family, and hopefully one day break the glass ceiling. Hey, mama. Welcome back to another episode of the Working Mumma Village. Hope you're going well. I have recently been traveling a little bit for work. I have needed to go interstate, and I'm also in another couple of weeks actually going to be going overseas for a week for work. So yes, mixed emotions about this, and I'm definitely a little bit nervous about catching the delightful virus that's going around at the moment, but also being away from my boys for a whole week is definitely something I've never done before, and also, nervous as well about leaving my husband, and, he's got to take on the mental load and essentially be a single parent for a week, which I know he's got a busy job, and, we're going to need to really rely on our tribe. So I just wanted to share with you 6 things that I think that I actually find useful in terms of work travel, and also managing that. So I've also had people that have asked me at times, can you travel? Is it okay if you travel? And my response has always been, yes, I can. I'm very lucky that I've got a supportive husband. I've got a supportive tribe around me, and that why not? I'm always amused by when people ask me this question, because I'm like, well, they don't ask that of working fathers. Why do they ask that of working mums? But I'm like, okay, that's fine. At least they're asking and they're not just assuming. And it's also really good to get the opportunity to travel as well. So I see that I work, from my corporate sense, I think it's useful at times to travel, to also get to know other people, and also definitely from those career perspectives. But I know that it's not something that's available to everyone for various reasons. But if you do have the opportunity to travel, what I wanted to do was actually share with you 6 tips from my experience on traveling for work. Now, the first one is, number 1, plan. This is just so critical. I think it's really important to know what your travel details are, and also aligning these with your family plans along with what needs to be done. So at times, for example, meals, who's looking after the children. And I think naturally as mums, and that's probably where some of the mum guilt comes in if we're away, we want to make sure and know that everyone's being catered for, that yes, we know they're having for dinner, that they're being looked after and things like that. There is an element, yes, you can leave your partner to look after it, but from my personal experience as well, there's a little bit of mum guilt that goes into it, and also just trying to share the load a bit. I know that my husband is perfectly capable of probably doing this himself, but also, he does a lot of other aspects, and I know he's going to be doing all the drop-offs, pickups and things, so this is my way of helping out. So definitely number 1 is about planning. Number 2 is equally just as important, I believe, and that's about communication. This is really critical, definitely, between you and your partner, so when your travel dates are, what extra activities. So, for example, if your partner's got something on at work, do you need extra help? And also making sure you've got a clear understanding about even your departure arrival times. And also that everyone around you also knows maybe what your movements are, also what their responsibilities are. This could even be about making sure, they've got meeting requests in their diary, that they know that that's what their responsibility is, and that they don't book anything in over the top. Also gives you confidence that whilst you're away, things are being managed, because it can be, as I said, there is the mum guilt, but also having that clear communication with everyone that's going to be involved to help run your family essentially while you're away can be really important. And even as well, if you've got some friends, even just to lean on from an emotional perspective while you're away can also be really helpful. And they may check in on you to say how you're going and the like. Number 3 is about delegating and ask for help. You've probably heard me many times say that it's, you can do it all, but you just don't have to do it all. And definitely one of these things here is about asking for help, and don't be afraid of asking for help. Asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. And by asking for help, it opens you up to opportunities to, accept, to receive help in response. If you say to people, no, I don't need any help, they're not going to offer. And so when you get into times like this, that you're needing extra support because you're traveling, you may not even get those offers. So that's why I say ask for help, and also don't be afraid of asking for help and thinking it's a weakness. Oh no, I'm a bad mum or anything like that. No doubt people are going to be jumping at the chance to help you out, and they'll be more than happy to actually do so. So definitely asking for help, and also delegating. So if someone, you may need a child to be picked up, or saying, look, can you help with a meal? I'm sure people will no doubt help you out because they understand the situation and the circumstance. So number 3, delegate and ask for help. And number 4, it's about FaceTime. And that's one of my big things about, work travel. It doesn't mean that you're away forever, unable to be communicated with. So that's where I love technology and about using FaceTime to say hello to the kids. Don't expect it to go on for a very long time. And also there may be some tears from both of you, but at least you've had that connection. They know where you're still alive, you're okay, you can check in. And yes, it may be just an absolute circus. That's definitely my experience. But it can also really help give just that connection, and also that it's also happening. Like when I traveled the other week, all my son wanted me to do was just to say, Mum, can you just show me the plane or get on the plane? All he wanted to do was just to see it and to get that context. So he didn't really want to know that I was okay. He didn't want to talk about kinds or anything else like that. It was just about the plane. So I also, changed the camera around, showed him the airport, and he got his plane. So, and then he said, Mum, I want you on the plane to be able to see the inside. So I then sent him a video, and he was very confused then about where was Mum and why wasn't I talking, because it was just a video. And number 5, I actually want to give you permission to say it's okay to miss the kids. Yes, it can be nice as well to just have a little bit of downtime and a bit of quiet time. But you know what? It's okay to miss the cuddles and feel a little guilty. But if you have the support around you and know that your children are okay based on planning, communication, delegating, the top 3 things that I told you earlier, it will definitely help with your emotions because you'll have confidence in knowing what's happening around you. You know that the kids are cared for, they're fed, they're being loved, they've got their cuddles from your partner and their loved ones around you that are helping out. But it's okay to miss them. As much as sometimes the quiet time will be good and you'll enjoy it, you will be okay at times to miss them. And you know what? Give yourself permission, give yourself the space to do that. Probably allow yourself a period of time for that if you're away for an extended period of time. But then also, look at photos on your phone, look at the videos just to remind yourself of them. And before you know it, you will be back home again. And then number 6 is about doing something for yourself. So yes, you might be away for work, but then also take a moment. It could be just having that extra long shower or going for a walk or just having some time for yourself. Because as we all know, as a mum, there is very limited time for self-care and actually often taking that time. So if you can, while you're doing, a bit of work travel, take yourself down to a bar, have a drink, or do something you may not have the opportunity to do at home, but you'd love to. Even if it's like going for a walk, going for a run. I know when I was traveling at the start of the year, I took myself in Sydney around the harbour for a run, not obviously around the whole harbour, just for a short run. I felt fantastic at the end of it. And I ran past all these people doing Sunday sessions, I thought, wouldn't it be nice to be young again? But I was loving going for a run and it was just so good. Filled my cup. Something I don't always get the opportunity to do at home on a regular basis. So yeah, I took the chance to do it. When I go overseas in about a month's time, I'm going to take the opportunity to do a little bit of shopping for myself because I know Berlin's got good shops. So I'm actually going to try and actually do that. So that's something that for me, I'm already planning and just doing that. So don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel selfish. It's okay. And, enjoy it and take the opportunity where you can. So I'll recap as well, 6 tips to support you on when you're traveling for work. Number 1, plan. So just from making sure you've got all the details, everyone knows what's going on and aligning with, the the meals and planning and whatever you need to do to give you confidence while you're away, but also support those around you. Number 2 is about communication. So important between you, your partner, and your tribe about making it all work and managing the juggle whilst you're away. Number 3 is delegate and ask for help. Number 4 is FaceTime and ring the kids and it's check in. Number 5, it's saying it's okay to miss the kids and give yourself the space to be able to do so. And number 6 is do something for yourself and take the opportunity to do this. So if you've got work travel coming up, or it's something that you would like to aspire to, and you're wondering how can you make it work, you definitely can. Put yourself forward for those opportunities. Sometimes if you don't ask, you won't receive anything. So good luck. And I wish you all the best for your upcoming travel if you're doing it. And if you are away, love to hear how you're going, what tips you have. So always DM me at Working Mumma Community or send me a DM on LinkedIn. Love to hear from you. As always, feel free to share this episode, leave a rating and review. That would be amazing. And have a great day. I'll speak with you soon. Thank you for listening to the Working Mumma podcast. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or your favorite podcast catcher. I invite you also to join the Working Mumma community on Facebook and join in the conversation with other like-minded working mums. Please also feel free to contact me on any of the Working Mumma social channels. Remember, Mumma is MUMMA, or website www.workingmumma.com.au. I would appreciate you to share this podcast with friends and colleagues, especially those that are parents managing the juggle. And I would really appreciate if you had to take the time out to leave a review of the podcast. I'll be giving a shout out to select people that do so stay listening and you might be one of them. Thank you and see you next time. Have a great week.